All right, welcome back, guys. We are once again back to doing these videos with the drivers from the World of Outlaws 2002 Rat Bag video game. Once again, we are covering every single driver in that game and looking at their careers as a full-time World of Outlaws driver. So today, we're going to be looking at the career of Mark Kinser, who has some absolutely insane numbers that we will get into here. And obviously, I wasn't able to get everything on this board. I got all the years as a full-time outlaw and all of his stats as an outlaw, but do not have his accolades or his achievements. So we're going to have to change boards after I get through all of this and continue on. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, but Mark Kinser had a very long career. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So in 1985, he is a Rookie of the Year contender. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of weird because in 84, on the World of Outlaws website, he is actually the co-Rookie of the Year with Greg Woolley, but he only ran 27 races, so I did not put that on the board. 85, I would say, was his actual real first start as a full-time outlaw and going on the road with all the races. So in 85, he has 67 starts. He gets 2 wins, 18 top 5s, and 46 top 10s, and he finishes up 6th in the overall point standings. In 1986, and that was driving his, I want to say, the family-owned number 51 that year in 85. In 86, he splits time between the Kinser 51, his own car, and the Barry number 7. And so in 86, he has 68 starts, 3 wins, 21 top 5s, 36 top 10s, and he finishes 6th in points once again. Now in 1987, he joins Alan Knott in the number 48 car and goes full-time with the Outlaws. In 87, he has 87 starts, 0 wins, 29 top 5s, 56 top 10s, and once again, he finishes 6th in the overall point standings with the Outlaws. So not able to crack out of the top 5 in points his first 3 years. Now in 1988, he joins Jim Reed in the number 6R car and runs that car full-time with the Outlaws. So in 88, he has 82 starts, 6 wins, 41 top 5s, 62 top 10s, and he was 5th in the overall points. So finally cracks the top 5 in World of Outlaws points in his 4th full-time year. In 1989, that is when the USA Series, I think it's what, the United Sprint Association, that was a series that came in and tried to dethrone the Outlaws, and they took Steve, they took Mark, they took a couple other guys. I want to say Wolfgang was in there as well. But they took a lot of the good drivers from the Outlaws, and so he did not run in 89. He had like 12 starts, but I'm not going to put that on the board. So in 89, he does not run with the Outlaws. In 1990, USA folds. He comes back to the Outlaws. He has 60 starts that year in 1990, and this is the first year he actually runs in the number 5M car, so the one that we all kind of know him for. 1990, 60 starts, 5 wins, 25 top 5s, 38 top 10s, and he ends up 12th in the overall point standings. 1991, look at how many starts these guys used to do in the early 90s with the Outlaws. 95 starts in 1991, 5 wins, 57 top 5s, and an unbelievable 82 top 10 finishes. But what is even more unbelievable is he was 2nd in points, 528 points behind. He had 82 top 10s. When I read that, I could not believe my eyes. And then I looked, and Steve Kinser had like 43 wins or something that year. So 2nd in points, 528 behind, and I just can't wait till we get to Steve's video. I think we're going to do that one very last. I saw that recommended in the comments section. But, I mean, these numbers, and he's that far behind. Absolutely crazy. 1992, he has 89 starts, 3 wins, 43 top 5s, 61 top 10s, and he slips back to 3rd in the overall point standings. 1993, 68 starts, 6 wins. That is the most, tied for the most he's ever had in his career in one season. 32 top 5s, 52 top 10s, and he goes back to 12th in the overall point standings. So a rough couple years right here between 93 and 95. 1994, 70 starts, 5 wins, 27 top 5s, and 42 top 10s for 14th overall in the point standings that season. And in 1995, 62 starts, 18 wins. So I don't know what happened in 95. That might have been the year that Steve went to the NASCAR side of things, and he kind of, and Mark got together with Carl. I'm not really sure. I'm not a historian by any means, but that right there kind of tells me that there's something that changed right there on 95 and 96. He jumps to 18 wins, 46 top 5s, 53 top 10s, and he was 14th in the point standings. Now, all this information is coming from the thirdturn.com, and we know that there are some results missing in there. There's There's statistics that might be a little bit off. They might be a lot off. Who knows? I mean, there was not a very good, not a very well kept track, you know, of the stats and things like that back then. So some of the things are a little bit off. And for me to see 62 starts, 53 top 10s, and 18 wins, and him 14th in points, that doesn't make much sense to me. But I'm just going off of what the website says. 1996, the best season of his career, and probably the best one he'll ever have if you look at the rest of these numbers. 89 starts, 35 wins, 78 top 5s, and 84 top 10s. He was outside the top 5 in just 11 races. That is absolutely insane. And he wins the championship in 1996. 1997, it's another good year, but once again, confused by the points finish. 1997, 87 starts, 29 wins, 68 top 5s, and 79 top 10s, and he ends up 9th in the point standings. That is weird to me, so I don't really know what's going on there. Like I said, I'm going off the thirdturn.com, and that's what they have on their website. 1998, 86 starts, 17 wins, 51 top 5s, and 72 top 10s. He finishes second in points, 193 behind Steve Kinser in 1998. 1999, 93 starts, 24 wins, 63 top 5s, 78 top 10s, and he wins his second championship in 1999. In 2000, turn of the century, another 92 starts, 14 wins this time, 49 top 5s, 69 top 10s, which is nice, and he ends up third in the overall point standings. And then in 2001, when the creators of this game came in and got all the information for the game with the drivers, the tracks, and all the things like that, 2001 was the year where they gathered all that information. He had 94 starts, 20 wins, 48 top 5s, 68 top 10s, and he finishes second in points, just 30 behind Danny Lasowski in 2001. 2002, 91 starts, 8 wins, 36 top 5s, 61 top 10s, and he finishes up 6th in the overall point standings. So in 2002, Mark Kinser is still going strong. I mean, getting 8 wins, finishing in the top 10 61 times, and look how many years he's already been out there on the road doing this thing, man. This guy was really, really good for a really long time. And from the sounds of it, you know, I was young when he retired, but it was a big surprise when he did retire. It sounds like nobody really expected it. Kind of like Jason Myers, kind of the same thing there. 2003, 55 starts, 1 win, 19 top 5s, and 33 top 10s for 13th overall in the point standings. And then in 2004, he finally drives a different car. It's the Roth Motorsports 83 for his final year as a driver with the World of Outlaws. 50 starts, 2 wins, 12 top 5s, 27 top 10s, and finishes 14th overall in the point standings. So there you have it right there. Almost 20 years of World of Outlaws action for Mark Kinser. Came along with 2 championships and a lot of other stats that we're going to look at right now. 1,537 World of Outlaws starts according to the thirdturn.com for Mark Kinser. And to go along with that is 203 wins, which puts him 4th on the all-time win list behind Donnie Schatz, Sammy Swindell, and Steve Kinser. This guy obviously is an absolute legend. I have never met him before, but I wish I could someday. This guy, I mean, the stories he could tell are probably absolutely insane. 767 top 5 finishes, which is 49.9% of his starts. So in 50% of his starts, he's inside the top 5 with the Outlaws. And in the top 10 department, 1,120 top 10s, and that puts him at 72.9% of the time he's in the top 10 with the Outlaws. So these numbers are absolutely crazy. I know, like I said a couple times, that they could be off a little bit. I'm going off of one website, except for the wins department. I'm going off the World of Outlaws website for that, for 203 wins. But what I like about these videos is I'm learning a lot. Like, I wasn't around in 1999. I wasn't around in 1989, but I was around in 1999. But I was like 4 years old, so I don't remember these things happening, right? I didn't really know Mark Kinser like when I was watching sprint cars early on, because he was already retired, right? So to see these numbers, it's crazy that it's even possible, right? So when I read this stuff, I mean, this one took me quite a while to put together on this board, and it's wild to see all this unfold here. So we're going to take just a second here. I'm going to switch boards and jump over to the achievements or the accolades and all the things that Mark Kinser did in his career. So give me just 1 second. All right, we got the board switched over. Let's finish this talk about Mark Kinser, and we're talking about his accolades now, his achievements, the things that he did throughout his career, besides winning 203 World of Outlaws races and 2 championships. So the first thing on the list, obviously a 3-time Knoxville Nationals winner. He also won the National Open on 2 different occasions. I probably should put these 3 together, but he was also the 2001 Kings Royal winner. So Mark Kinser did win the Triple Crown of Wing Sprint Car Racing, the National Open, the Knoxville Nationals, and the Kings Royal. He also won the Silver Cup at Lernerville on 5 different occasions. He was the 1996 historical Big One winner. He also won 13 All-Star Circuit of Champions races, 5-time most World of Outlaws wins in a season among the full-time drivers. So that's a pretty good achievement right there. He was a 2014 National Sprint Car Hall of Fame inductee, and I feel like I don't know what the criteria is for that, but I feel like 2014 is a little bit late. I don't know if he has to be retired for a certain amount of time or what, but 2014 seems like it took a little while for him to get into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. 2001, he won the Gold Cup Race of Champions at the Silver Dollar Speedway. He was a 3-time winner when he left the Outlaws and went to the USA Series. A 2-time Western World winner, I want to say that was at Manzanita, and he was also a 2-time Driver of the Year in dirt track racing. So the career for Mark Kinser, you cannot say enough about this guy. He did literally everything, anything and everything that you want to win as a sprint car driver. I would say Mark Kinser handled it, and sometimes he did it on a couple of different occasions, right? So forever, he will be one of the best all time, and more than likely, he will stay 4th on the all-time win list with the World of Outlaws, probably forever. And the guy, I don't think he even really watches or pays attention to sprint car racing anymore. From an article that I was reading, once he retired in whatever that was, 04, 05, I think he stepped away and really didn't pay attention to it very much anymore. So the guy did what he had to do, probably made a pretty good living along the way, and stepped away and retired. So respect to Mark Kinser. He's a really, really good driver. I wish I could have been there to watch him race a couple of times and been there in the heyday, but I'm a little bit too young, I guess, for that. So thank you guys for watching this video. I want to say the next driver we're talking about is going to be Greg Hodnet here on the channel, another one of the drivers from the Ratbag 2002 World of Outlaws game, and we'll do that here tomorrow on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much, and hopefully you comment down below who you would like to see next in these videos, and also hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks.